Hey everybody, we're going to continue on with our diorama, but I want to show you a couple of things. I just ordered these little tiny lights, just little, little bigger than a pinhead. I'm going to use them as stars in the clear part of the sky, and I'll show you how those look. I'll just touch them to a battery setup here. I also want to show you what came with them, and these are a whole bunch of resistors for different voltages. So, I mean, if one of these is for if you have a 12-volt setup and you wanted to use these 3.5-volt lights, use that resistor. And there's a couple other ones here for different voltages, which I thought was pretty cool. I didn't expect to get all of that. We were also waiting for those filaments, the LED filaments, but they were really delayed, and I wound up getting 2 out of 3 of them. And, this is what they look like. They're flexible. You can do all kinds of things with them. I wanted to use them as lasers or blasters shooting through the sky. We wound up using the EL neon lights for that, but I would like to use one of these just for effect. This one's blue. This one is a yellow greenish light, and the one that didn't come was red, which is the one I really wanted. But we'll go with this one. Let me just show you what they look like. I'll touch on the battery terminal here, just so you get an idea. They're really cool. Make sure I'm touching the right side. And there's the blue. It's not showing up that great on the camera, but it is bright and it is blue. Let's look at the other one just to see. I don't know if I get the right terminals here. Yeah, that's a yellow, and that's awesome too. But these little tiny lights, let me show you what one of them looks like lit up. They're really cool, and they make a little spot of light, which will be perfect for to emulate stars in the sky. Yeah, see that? That's pretty cool. That'll be perfect. And that's the size of them. So we're going to go ahead with that. We got to solder some wires to them, stick them through the foam and into areas that we want. It's interesting on these. You see these? One wire is silver, one wire is copper anode and diode side. And it's okay to cross them because they have a thin coat on them. So they won't, so it doesn't matter if you have these even wound together as long as the ends are separate. You just have little tips to solder to make the connection. So we're going to go ahead with that. Let me straighten you out. And I bought a model. I couldn't resist this thing. There was a waiting line for it, and I waited a while, and finally I pulled the trigger on it. And it's the Nautilus from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I opened it up and I looked at it, and it's really cool. Instructions, the top deck, bottom side of it. It'll be over a foot long. When there's a spar that goes on the front, sticks off the front, so it'll be over a foot long when it's all together. But the base, which is very heavy, like a resin, has this octopus or kraken-like creature that sits in the base, and as it shows here in the instruction, it holds the submarine. What's great about this submarine is it comes with a lot of it comes with clear parts because there's a window, another window or light, and there's a spotlight. And I think these are just navigation lights. One's red, one's green, port starboard, and you have a spotlight. But this is a big picture window. It's on either side of the model. So we're going to light this puppy up. We might even do some lighting down in the base, make it look like lava or something coming up from the bottom of the, the ocean bed. And I'm really looking forward to getting into this. I didn't forget about the other frame we want to do, the other frame diorama and the book diorama. We didn't forget about them. We're going to do those too. They're on the list. We got all kinds of stuff we want to get into. But today we're going to work on our Warhammer diorama and punch that up with these lights and really make it look good. So let's get into it. All right, we have some soldering to do, so I'm right over to this workbench where we do our soldering. Yeah, on these filaments, see those little tiny ends? I don't even know if you can see it, but one has a tiny hole. That's the anode side. We want to make sure we wire that up properly. The other side has no hole. But trust me, there's a little tiny hole in there. So we got to make sure we get that to the positive side. All right, we have our lighting complete. We have our stars in the sky, the planets lit up. We have our LED filaments looking like lasers streaking through the sky. We have a 9-volt in the eyes and in the chest plate and in the gun. We have a flashing light in the back. It's a purple color. Really adds a dimension to it. You can see the light reflecting off of the objects. Yeah, I really like the way those filaments came out. We have this particular drone shooting a laser. So we have a lot of finish work to do. We got to fill holes from where I had to poke holes through to run wires. And speaking of wires, we have a mess back here. We got to organize that, put them in a box, attach them to the bottom of down here, and then we got to finish the backing with some 1/4-inch ply, which looks like maple, and we'll stain it. But I'm just happy the lighting's done. It took a long time to get those filaments in, but you can see it was worth the wait. That's blue. It really doesn't show too well on the camera, but the yellow in the green in the blaster. Excellent. This particular one here, really nice. So, okay, we're going to move forward and we're going to do the finish painting on it, which I've been looking forward to doing. And let's get that started.